This is Group 2's presentation over the question, how would you choose a CRM or ERP product for your future company? Group 2 consists of Deborah Curtis, Logan England, and Jessica Finos. Customer relationship management is a suite of applications, a database, and a set of inherent processes for managing all the interactions with the customer, from lead generation to customer service. Every contact and transaction with the customer is recorded on the CRM database. Vendors of CRM software claim using their products will make the organization customer-centric. Though that term reeks of sales hyperbole, it does indicate the nature and intent of CRM packages. The above picture shows the 4 phases of the customer lifecycle: marketing, customer acquisition, relationship management, and loss/churn. Marketing sends messages to the target market to attract customer prospects. When prospects order, they become customers who need to be supported. Additionally, relationship management processes increase the value of existing customers by selling them more product. Over time, the organization loses customers. When this occurs, win-back processes categorize customers according to value and attempt to win back high-value customers. This illustrates the major components of a CRM application. Components exist for each stage of the customer lifecycle. As shown, all applications process a common customer database. The design eliminates duplicated customer data and removes the possibility of inconsistent data. It also means that each department knows what has been happening with the customer at other departments. Customer support, for example, will know now to provide $1,000 worth of support labor to a customer that has generated $300 worth of business over time. They will also know how to bend over backwards for the customer that has generated hundreds of thousands of dollars of business. The result of this integration to the customer is that he or she feels like he or she is dealing with one entity and not many. CRM systems vary in the degree of functionality they provide. One of the primary tasks when selecting a CRM package is to determine the features you need and to find the package that meets the set of needs. You might be involved in just such a project during your career. Enterprise Resource Planning, or ERP, is a suite of applications, a database, and a set of inherent processes for consolidating business operations into a single, consistent computing platform. Above, you will see that ERP includes the functions of CRM, but also incorporates accounting, manufacturing, inventory, and human resources applications. ERP systems are used to forecast sales and to create manufacturing plans and schedules to meet those forecasts. Manufacturing schedules include the use of material, equipment, and personnel, and thus need to incorporate inventory and human resources applications. Because ERP includes accounting, all of these activities are automatically posted in the general ledger and other account applications. SAP is the worldwide leader of ERP vendors. In addition to its base ERP offering, SAP offers industry-specific packages that customize its product for particular uses. There's also an SAP package for automobile manufacturing, for example, and for many other specific industries as well. ERP originated in manufacturing and has a definite manufacturing flavor. However, it has been adapted for the use in service organizations such as hospitals, as well as many other organizations. An ERP system is an information system based on ERP technology. ERP systems integrate all of an organization's purchasing, human resources, production, sales, and accounting data into a single system. The primary purpose of an ERP system is integration. An ERP system allows the left hand of the organization to know what the right hand is doing. This integration allows real-time updates globally, whenever and wherever a transaction takes place. Critical business decisions can then be made on a timely basis using the latest data. To understand the utility of the integration, consider the pre-ERP systems shown in the diagram. The diagram of the processes used by a bicycle manufacturer includes 5 different databases, one each for vendors, raw materials, finished goods, manufacturing plan, and CRM. Consider the problems that appear with such separated data when sales department closes a large order, say for 1,000 bicycles. This diagram does not show accounting. We can assume, however, that the company has a separate accounting system that is similarly isolated. Eventually, records of business activity find their way to the accounting department and will be posted in the general ledger. With such a pre-ERP system, financial statements are always dated, becoming available several weeks after the close of the quarter or other accounting period. Now contrast this situation with the ERP system in this diagram. Here, all activity is processed by ERP application programs called modules, and consolidated data are stored on a centralized ERP database. When sales is confronted with the opportunity to sell 1,000 bicycles, the information that it needs to confirm that order, schedule, and terms are feasible can be obtained by the ERP system immediately. Once the order is accepted, all departments, including purchasing, manufacturing, human resources, and accounting, are notified. Further, transactions are posted to the ERP database as they occur. The result is that financial statements are available quickly, and in most cases, correct financial statements can be produced in real time. With such integration, ERP systems can display the current status of critical business factors to managers and executives, as shown in the sales dashboard. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, some organizations attempted to develop their own ERP applications and procedures. The process was too difficult and expensive for most to succeed. Today, almost no organization develops its own ERP software. The term ERP has been applied to a wide array of application solutions. Some vendors have attempted to catch the bus for ERP by misapplying the term to applications that are nothing more than one or two integrated functional applications. The organization ERP Software 360 publishes a wealth of information about ERP vendors, products, solutions, and applications. According to its website, for a product to be considered a true ERP product, it must include the applications that integrate the following: supply chain, which is procurement, sales, order processing, inventory management, supplier management, and related activities; manufacturing, which is scheduling, capacity planning, quality control, bill of materials, and related activities; CRM, which is sales, prospecting, customer management, marketing, customer support, and call center support; human resources, which is payroll, time and attendance, HR management, commission calculations, benefits, administration, and related activities; and accounting, which is general ledger, accounts receivable, accounts payable, cash management, fixed asset accounting. An ERP solution is an information system and, as such, has all 5 components. Traditionally, organizations hosted ERP solutions on their own in-house networked server computers. Such hosting is still the case for many large ERP applications, and for those ERP applications that were installed years ago, and for which the hardware infrastructure is stable and well managed. Increasingly, however, organizations are turning to cloud-based hosting in one of 2 modes. PaaS replaces an organization's existing hardware infrastructure with hardware in the cloud. It installs ERP software and databases on that leased cloud hardware. The using organization then manages the ERP software on the cloud hardware. And then SaaS, acquires a cloud-based ERP solution. SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, and other major ERP vendors offer the ERP software as a service. The vendor manages the ERP software and offers it to customers as a service. Larger installations will likely move to PaaS. Smaller and new ERP systems are likely to use SaaS. ERP vendors design application programs to be configurable so that development teams can alter them to meet customer requirements without changing program code. During the ERP development process, the development team sets configuration parameters that specify how ERP application programs will operate. For example, an hourly payroll application is configured to specify the number of hours in the standard work week, hourly wages for different job categories, wage adjustments for overtime and holiday work, and so forth. Deciding on the initial configuration values and adapting them to new requirements are challenging collaboration activities. There are limits to how much configuration can be done. If a new ERP customer has requirements that cannot be met via program configuration, then it either needs to adapt its business to what the software can do or write a new application code to meet its requirements. An ERP solution includes a database design as well as initial configuration data. It does not, of course, contain the company's operational data. During development, the team must enter the initial values for that data as part of the development effort. SAP, the leading vendor of ERP solutions, provides ERP databases that contain more than 15,000 tables. The design includes the metadata for those tables, as well as the relationship to each other and rules and constraints about how the data in some tables must relate to data in other tables. The ERP solution also contains tables filled with initial configuration data. Large organization databases contain two types of program code. The first, called a trigger, is a computer program stored within the database consistent with when certain conditions arise. The second, called a stored procedure, is a computer program stored on the database that is used to enforce business rules. An example of such a rule would be never to sell certain items at a discount. Triggers and stored procedures are also part of the ERP solution that developers and business users must configure. The third component of an ERP solution is a set of inherent procedures that implement standard business processes. ERP vendors develop hundreds or even thousands of processes that enable the ERP customer organization to accomplish its work using the applications provided by the vendor. This diagram shows a part of the SAP according to business process. This process implements a portion of the activities shown on the left-hand side of the diagram on slide 7. Some ERP vendors call inherent processes that are defined in the ERP solution process blueprints. Without delving into the details, you should be able to understand the flow of work outlined in this process. Every function, rounded rectangle, consists of a set of procedures for accomplishing that function. Typically, these procedures require an ERP user to use application menus, screens, and reports to accomplish the activity. As with application programs, ERP users must either adapt to the predefined inherent processes and procedures or design new ones. In the latter case, the design of new procedures may necessitate changes to application programs and to database structures as well. Perhaps you can begin to understand why organizations attempt to conform to vendor standards. Because of the complexity and difficulty of implementing and using ERP solutions, ERP vendors have developed training curricula and numerous classes for preparing employees. SAP operates universities in which customers and potential customers receive training both before and after the ERP implementation. To reduce expenses, vendors sometimes train some of its organization's employees, called super users, to become in-house trainers in training sessions called Train the Trainer. ERP training falls into two broad categories. The first category is training about how to implement the ERP solution. The training includes topics such as obtaining top-level management support, preparing the organization for change, and dealing with inevitable resistance that develops when people are asked to perform work in new ways. The second category is training on how to use the ERP application software. This training includes specific steps for using ERP applications to accomplish the activities and processes in the diagram on the previous slide. This diagram summarizes the major tasks in the implementation of an ERP application. The first task is to create a model of current business procedures and practices, which is called the as-is model. Managers and analysts then compare those as-is processes to the ERP process blueprint and note differences. The company then must find a way to eliminate the differences, either by changing the existing business processes to match the ERP processes or by altering the ERP system. Once the differences between as-is processes and the blueprint have been reconciled, the next step is to implement the system. Before the implementation starts, however, users must be trained on the new processes, procedures, and the use of ERP systems, features, and functions. A company needs to conduct a simulation test of the new system to identify problems. Then the organization must convert its data, procedures, and personnel to the new ERP system. All of this happens while the business continues to run on the old system. Thank you for watching our presentation on ERP and CRM.